Do you think using an emoji reaction is an acceptable way to end a conversation? Well, if you do, then you're in good company. Today we'll be taking a closer look at some of the daily habits and social conventions that make up the monotony of life. Let's look back at a time when your mum told you you'd kill yourself wearing socks and sliding on tiles. Grab your knitting needles and a blanket because it's time for three old friends to sit around and sew a new patch into their quilt of friendship. So join me, Dion, under the covers with Christian.
Welcome to Patchwork.
And Josh.
Welcome to Patchwork. Hey guys, quick reminder before we jump into the episode. Comedy Fest is coming up April 9th. Make sure you get your tickets for that. We've got a couple of big guests lined up for the show. We'll be chatting about them at the end of the show, so stay tuned for that. But don't forget to grab your tickets for the Comedy Fest now.
Now, before we get started, I had a really... I know that we normally use this as an opportunity to yell at each other.
Yeah.
But I wanted to divert energy to the outside world and flip it. Maybe something positive for once.
That's a strange idea. Let's try it.
So I was going for a bike ride the other day, and
Josh was coming up.
And as I was riding on my way, a very long path, and I could see these two men who were also riding in the opposite direction. And I clocked one of the men, looked him dead in the eyes as he was coming past, and then just at the moment when we were at our closest point, he said to his friend, cutie. And I have never felt so good in my life. But it's the idea that this person had no reason to compliment me. There was no investment in me as an individual. He just thought it important to tell his friend that there was a cutie on a bike.
Can we just confirm? Yeah. Was it about you?
No one else in the area.
Great, good.
Only cars.
That's that.
Unless
it's a Volkswagen Beetle.
Yeah.
Oh, little cutie.
Would it obviously would be different if they were saying it to every bike rider that came through.
It would be, but if you tell now that damn it.
No, they don't.
No.
They don't. Because your point, which I love, is that, there's no reason for them to do that. But I don't think that's a conscious decision to be like, this will make that person's day.
No.
It's just kind of involuntary, greatness,
he was telling
right?
his friend, hey, there's a cutie on a bike, right?
What do you think they saw that they liked? Because on a bike, you're wearing a helmet. What else are you wearing?
I think it was so I had really focused eyes at the time. And because I reflected the entire way to my destination. Because every time someone pays me a compliment, if I'm, with friends or family, I think there is a motivation there. Mm-hmm. They're saying this to me, not to be truthful, rather to get something.
Actually, that's an interesting point because the speed of the bike riding, they know there's no follow-up possible.
No follow-up.
It's just a thrown-out compliment, like lobbing a grenade.
Yes.
And then they're off.
A compliment grenade, and I blew up.
But isn't it like, I'd love to be complimented for my bike riding or for my driving. Imagine that. Imagine if that was a side, or for my walking. Someone's going, just want to let you know, great walk.
Yeah, but so I don't think he'd call me a cutie because of my great posture on the bike. But it's just for that hour of the rest of the ride, I just felt on top of the world knowing that because all you want to know is that in the world somewhere, there's someone who thinks you're a cutie, right?
I just love the best thing though about all of this. It is zero energy from that person to do that.
No.
And it has made your day, your week.
No. I disagree. I think it's like a heap of energy because it's like putting positive, like extra positive vibes into the world.
What I mean is like it's very low effort and low cost for them.
That low cost?
Yeah. No, but it is.
What's the lowest cost compliment?
But the idea of like that doesn't take much energy to do, but it's made he's delighted by that.
Yes.
Yeah.
And just do that to everyone all the time.
Christian, it's so funny that you bring this up, this idea of compliments. Do you remember when we went camping the other week? Do you remember when we were in the car and
Yes.
do you remember the compliment that you gave me?
No, what did I say?
This is amazing. So Christian turned to me in the car and said, Dion, there's something I think you even used my name, which doesn't happen often. There's something that I remember about you that's a really, really great memory of you and it's something that reflects you really well. And I was like, fuck, it's not often people say this stuff. And I sort of just leant back into my seat. Do you remember this?
Is that when you had that enormous erection?
What a cutie in the front seat.
Cuties.
And you said to me, we were both at a music festival once and
That's right.
it started to rain And in fact, do you want to tell it? I think it might be more interesting if you told it. And I'll tell you my reflection
So, Josh,
of it.
you were there. You, in these situations, I have no doubt you'd react fine, right?
Sure.
But Dion, so we were at a music festival. The weather turned. The siren sounded for dangerous weather incoming.
Yep.
At that exact moment, lots of drunk people around started to freak out. What do I do when I'm drunk and in the event of extreme weather? All of a sudden, as everyone was frantic, looking around, what do I do? Or do I pick up this? Dion was already at his tent, harnessing the guide ropes. Everything was just, he had a plan. He knew in a situation that required action, he knew what to do and how to act.
So when Christian said that in the car, I was really pumped for the compliment. I was incredibly disappointed when that was the example that was given. What's the value in it?
Hang on, what was the
do you
setup?
mean?
I thought it was going to be something amazing, like you said this to this person, they had this response, but it was literally rain came and I put a rain cover on my tent.
That's good in
No,
emergencies,
but
is what you're getting at.
But also, in an emergency, you didn't have to look around. You led instead of followed.
But what's the extrapolation from that?
You led instead of followed.
So do you reckon that I would be good in emergencies?
That is exactly
He's saying
what I said.
you were good in emergencies.
But is it a compliment being good in an emergency?
Absolutely.
But isn't it just
And you look so cute doing it.
no? But like that you stay level. What's the compliment?
Are you struck? Now
No, no.
I almost am
I
ready.
know.
I'm almost
No,
ready
no.
to take the compliment back.
I know, and I thought you'd kill me. But this is a safe space, isn't it? But I was trying to work out. No, I was trying to work out what is the compliment. Is it like
You're good in emergencies.
But what's that? But what's the compliment?
When there's an emergency, you're good in that situation.
But
A
what
lot
does
of
that mean
people-
about me?
No, it's
Do
more
you
a
get stressed
reflection-
out?
It's more a reflection on what I value in people. I really value people who are able to stand up and say, you know what? I know what we need to do in this situation. Because all too often there are people who look around and go, well, what do I do?
Yeah, no, it's a great compliment. I really appreciate it as well because I'm
around
great.
for it,
You know what?
You know what?
You're welcome, but I'm not sure anymore.
No, it's fair enough. I've blown it. Absolutely blown it.
Recently on a lot of the messaging apps I use, I've noticed that reactions have come in thick and fast. So it used to just be emojis, but now you've got the per message reaction. And I've had a bit of a complicated relationship with it so far because you've got all these options now.
What are the typical options?
Well, the standard on Telegram is a thumbs up.
Yes.
So it's your thumbs up, your
Yep.
thumbs down. You've got your laughs, you got your cries, you got all the bog standard ones.
There's a flame.
Yeah, that's hot. You got some kisses. You got some claps or applause.
Yep.
You got a little party popper. You got all this kind of stuff. The big one that I use a lot is in terms of responses. I was always doing a ha ha or a ha ha ha, and the length of the ha ha determines how funny I found the thing.
Yeah,
but
that's right.
then-
We all agree on that, right?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
But then you had like
Trying to establish common ground here.
But it's
for
just, it's just such a disappointing thing to get a two ha-ha.
shocking.
Yeah,
Shocking.
But and so then I thought, so then you've got like the laughing, crying emoji, which has just swept over the world the last few years.
Oh, yeah.
But now you got the reactions, and I'm trying to work out if you tell a joke, what's the ranking of the written ha-has, the emojis, or the reaction on the message?
If it's a joke and I get a reaction back instead of an emoji or something typed,
It's just acknowledgement, right?
pathetic.
Yeah, it's pathetic.
that's pathetic. That's trying to shut you up.
Or it's more like, I understand that was a joke.
Yes.
I've understood the
Yeah.
communication
It's
here.
acknowledgement. That's what it is. But you really want a bit more. If it's a good joke, you're wanting ha-has, you're wanting everything.
Yeah.
Are you big Dion on the reactions?
Not really. Look, I'm trying to be. I think that the reactions are great if someone's like, hey, does everyone want to do this particular date? And you're like, yep.
Yes.
But like acknowledging a joke, fire to a message somehow is okay. There's something okay about fire. But the crying emoji I've got very mixed. I always think when people are doing the crying
It
emoji,
sounds sarcastic,
it
right?
does, exactly. It's a sarcastic thing. I'm like, are they? Yeah. That's exactly
Yeah.
right. Yeah. I'm always
Because
questioning
we would not use it genuinely, really.
No.
It's always a ha-ha.
So the crying with laughter, you see that as sarcastic.
Yeah.
I just see it as low effort.
Oh, interesting.
I don't think it's sarcastic. I think on the grades, I think you missed one, Josh. There's the ha-ha. There's a ha-ha-ha-ha-ha big one.
Yes.
But then there's actually the response, which is, I'm genuinely laughing.
Just, actually
Written.
laugh.
Someone had to write,
yes.
I'm genuinely laughing.
But that's what LOL is.
No, but it's not.
No, no.
LOL's lost all
But
meaning.
I have this with a friend where I literally go, you got to laugh out of me that time.
Yeah.
Like you actually express exactly what it was. And we had to make a pact because we were doing it too much that we're like, this is damaging to our messaging because now every time you say a joke, we're just ranking them all the time.
Well, authentic laugh.
Yeah.
IGL. I genuinely laughed. Anyway, but one thing I do with a friend of mine is that we will sometimes say something to each other and we'll get in just back and forth, and it becomes so funny that we record voice notes of our laughter, which is
great.
lovely.
That's
Lovely, and you have to prove it to the other person that you.
And is that a first read preemptive recording?
Nah, it's when you get a bit of a roll on.
Okay.
Yeah.
But, okay, so there's something that's beautiful about that and very sad at the same time. Because in that moment you realize, isn't this just a phone call? Wouldn't you rather hear the person laughter in response to... But is there something funny about reading it? I think there's something funny about reading it, right?
There is. I think so. I think that the other thing is that phone calls, they're just not happening that much anymore, are they?
No.
They're nice when they do happen, though. They're really nice.
I think, though, the difference between the phone call and the message, even if you're in a direct message back and forth, you've got that thinking time. Mm-hmm. You've got the the music playing dun, 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 while you're typing out those messages.
But you don't get to experience that laughing moment
No.
with the person.
I think the fact that we've lent more towards texting has made us more anxious because there is pressure on our response. Is it going to be funny? Is it funny enough? Instead of just reacting in the moment and going, well, I told a joke and it was funny.
Great.
You become a comedian.
Yeah.
You sit there going, how do I rephrase this?
Yes.
And now Telegram also offers the ability to edit messages so you can tell the joke poorly delivered, rephrase it.
Absolutely. Done that lots of times.
I've seen you do it.
Yeah, I've done on the podcast.
So the other time I love reactions, though, is to end a conversation. Because I find ending message conversations are quite difficult. It's not like a phone call. You go, oh, I'm off. See you later. I don't tend to do that. It's like someone just says something and then it kind of stops.
You're big into that shit, aren't you, Christian?
What happened? You know what? We really lost. We had this beautiful moment in time where BRB and GTG existed.
Oh, yeah.
How great was GTG? Very clear. I'm no longer available for you to talk to.
Yeah.
Now,
Got to go.
got to go.
Got to go.
And I'll be right back.
Why did that, where did that go?
Once we moved from chatting on desktop computers to phones, it just became a perpetual conversation. We are constantly locked in an ongoing conversation with every group thread that we have.
That's such a good point. They were simpler times back in the day.
Really was.
Gotta go. Well, hang on. How long can you go? What's the difference between gotta go and BRB?
It's just finishing up,
It's
right?
I remember.
Oh, yes. I remember this. I remember this.
Yeah. I've got to go, but the worst part about a got to go was you had to go, and then someone would start a juicy conversation somewhere else, but then the person that you've already got to go to sees that you're still online, engaging in another conversation.
But that's right. You know what it was? It was because there was finite time to the online. Like, you had to log in and stuff, whereas now it's always going on your phone. Because I don't generally... The only time is at night. And
Yes.
I'll say, I'm off to bed. That's
Yes.
like the only way I kind of reasonably end a mid-text conversation.
Oh, that's right. It's now hours-based.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Ugh.
So that's what I found that often because I don't like doing, well, I don't think to go, oh, hey, I've got some stuff to do. I'll see you later. But if the last thing they say, I'll just give a little thumbs up or something, and it kind of does the job.
Yeah.
And that is exactly what I love about a reaction, right? Is the thumbs up acknowledgement, this is done.
But you know what we've moved on to? We moved on to stickers. Christian, you use stickers a lot, and I love a bloody sticker.
Yeah.
Because a sticker adds a bit of comedy to your
Huge.
goodbye.
I want you to know, Dion, when I use a sticker, it's thoughtless.
Every time? Oh, no, I know that.
Yeah,
it's just acknowledgement.
It's an acknowledgement to say this conversation's done. Here's a funny picture.
Imagine if you did that in real life as well. Just go up to someone, I'm just going to give you this to end this.
I'll see you later.
It's a great thought,
Got
isn't
to
it?
go. So, Josh, you were saying that you enjoy using the thumbs up. That's
Yes.
your end to the conversation.
It's good. Like you said, it's the acknowledgement. It's just like, yep, read it, and we're good.
Emoji reply or emoji react?
I will never thumbs up emoji, but I will thumbs up on a react.
Interesting.
Hold you to it.
Yeah.
I will thumbs up emoji if it's a question's been asked and I have to react to the question. But if I'm trying to wrap the conversation up, it's a thumbs up react.
Oh, the big one.
Yeah. So if I'm done, if it's like a final point that's been made, I go, cool, reacting, thumbs up, good to go.
So that's the opposite to what I would expect. I would expect if there's a direct question, you react to that, right?
Oh, interesting.
You're saying you emoji to the direct question.
No, because the direct question asks for a response. The reaction to me is not a response.
This is the
Really?
It's the dumbest thing we've ever talked about on this show.
Hang on. I'll make it dumber. There is something, Josh, you won't know this because you got an Android. There is something strange about emoji reacts in iMessage.
Why?
There's something odd about it.
Do you know what it is? It's the fact that you have to hold the message down. It gives you a few moments to go, what am I really doing here?
It is weird though. It's just open, like the reactions, they seem to come out of nowhere that we didn't really need them. We had the tools already, but now they're making it. You know what's really good for is to doing earlier stuff. If the thread's gone on in group chat and you want to go back and reference something, you can just chuck something up there to be like, oh, that was a funny joke 2 hours ago.
Yeah.
Yep.
I really think that they weren't needed, but I'm happy they're here because it gives you the sense of closure that you really need to a conversation.
Do you know that you know how every now and then they introduce new emojis? So it's like what's it called? It's like a corporation or it's some
It's a governing body.
Governing emoji body.
Really?
Yeah. What are they doing? Do they have full-time jobs? Is that side hustle?
So surely it would be not a side hustle. There'd have to be some
What emoji production isn't
Some
side
design
hustle.
company.
No, but it's like I'm trying to think of the word.
They see what's in the zeitgeist, what's missing from the zeitgeist in terms of the way that people interact. Then they take that to a board and say, "Hey, yes or no?"
A board.
They've got a slate of different emojis. Then they take it to the design team. You get some wireframes done. Then you have to make sure that isn't something that's going to cause offense to people. So you go take it in front of a couple of groups, focus testing.
Yeah.
I'd love if this spun off Christian producing a Coursera course on how to build emojis. But also I was thinking, what are the emojis? What emojis would you want in the world? There's got to be a fair few.
What are the categories, right?
I don't know.
No, there's so many more. The only ones that I genuinely, when I think to go and find something, it's like sport. Is it occasionally one that I want to go to?
Yep.
Or, like some household stuff.
I think that
There's so much shit I don't need.
I think emojis I don't know whether they have a role once GIFs become easier to add to messages.
I don't love it. I don't love GIFs, like meme. What are meme GIFs? Are they memes?
Oh man! and we just started a TikTok account. Unbelievable.
A meme GIFs.
Sorry, what's a meme GIF? Oh god, we're fucked.
Giffies I've been hearing all about.
Oh Jesus.
Well, no, because the reaction, GIFs are that neck. That's actually another form of the reaction, right?
A GIF.
Yeah, because there are so many GIF reactions. I don't like a GIF reaction. It feels like basic to me. I don't like it.
I agree. It's like Cards Against Humanity. It's people who aren't funny playing a game that makes them funny.
So you think it's because they're leveraging the humor of someone else?
Yeah, fuck Cards Against Humanity.
Because I think the GIFs that I tend to use are stuff from TV shows and whatnot.
What do you reckon of
I'll do
them?
a few Arrested Development ones. I love those.
I don't know any of them.
I basically, I have now, I use only a few GIFs, and I like that they're like Scott Morrison waving.
Oh, that's my
that's
favorite.
great.
It's
really
the
good.
best GIF.
That one and him welding, I love it.
Unbelievable. But there's so much humor in those, right? If you use them in the right place, it's wonderful.
So just to wrap us up, Dion, what do you reckon is your most used or your favorite to use emoji? Like when you get to using it, I love using this one.
I like a soft kiss emoji.
Oh, the little face with the
yeah, I love that, and the gun.
How about you, Christian?
Geez, I really love the hearts in the eyes.
Oh, yeah, that's
I like that one.
That's beautiful.
That's nice.
Yeah,
but
it's
my
really nice.
most used, I think, is thumbs up.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
I think
very dismissive.
I quite enjoy the mind blown one's quite good.
Oh,
that's good fun.
Good one. That's a really good one. And I forgot the other one that I use is the warped eyes.
Oh, that's great.
Oh, actually, no. My favorite one is just the normal smiley face, but it's just a flat line for the mouth, just
Love it.
staring
Love
straight
it.
ahead.
Yeah.
Yes.
I love that one.
Oh, Josh, that's such a good one.
Oh, rolls eyes.
And now it's time for Oh Wow of the Week.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
Oh wow. The perfectly shaped blob of toothpaste you see on the end of toothbrushes in ads is called a nurdle.
A nurdle. Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
Oh wow.
Oh, wow. I recently moved house, as I've explained before to both of you, because you've both been to my house.
That's right.
And once you were there, I didn't have to explain it anymore.
That's right.
I'm in a new
What do you
place.
call this? Moving house. Wow.
That'd be so good. Christian opened the door and says, so I recently moved house and...
I think outside of moving house, I need to practice my transitions into a new talking point. But I did move house, and one of the big things that I was confronted with is something that I've never known as an attendee to friends' houses or someone who's moving house. Do I need to, once moving into a house, invite people to come and visit?
Yeah.
Or should they say, hey, we'd love to come and check out the new digs, and I wait for that? Is there some sense of responsibility?
Oh, it's push and pull factors, isn't it? It's what's discussed in world economics, and that's what this really is about.
I think it's pretty clear in my mind that if you want to show someone, if you're excited enough and there's a particular friend, you're like, oh, they'll love the new crawl space, get them over here. I'm really keen for Josh to see that. You should go out of your way to invite them over. But otherwise, if your other friends, they should be interested enough that if they do want to see it, they should organise to come over.
Interesting.
What about if they're not interested enough?
Then they wouldn't bother to organise it.
But how would you feel about that? What do you want people doing?
That's the thing. I don't care. I don't care if people...
Yeah.
I don't care
Really?
if my friends ever see my place. But there is a sense... I got this sense from friends that that there was kind of this undercurrent of, well, when you invite me, I'll see the place. It's like,
Yeah.
do I don't know whether I need to do that.
Is it an age thing? Are we at an age now when you move, it's more interesting? Well, because the interesting thing about your move is you're by yourself. And I think, and my excitement of you moving out was your bedroom was impeccable at our place. So to have a whole house like that
yes.
would be incredible.
Yes.
So I was very excited to see the whole house, how Christian would kit that out.
Interesting. So you wanted to see the place.
Yeah, because I was interested to see what
I
Christian's bedroom looked like across a whole house.
Oh my God. I didn't even think about that. Because it's true. When you moved, even when you moved into my old room, Josh.
Yeah, right.
I wanted to see what you'd done with that. I guess it's something that we do want to see what people do with their spaces, right?
How would you feel, Josh, if I said to you, I didn't care what your room looks like?
That's completely fine.
But you're proud of the way your room looks like. It wouldn't just be you, by the way. I'm like a room.
No, I agree. I agree. No, so I was quite proud because I put my show posters up on the wall and stuff like that. So I did a bit more work this time around that I was really happy to have my room set up again. And I was like, this is cool. I'd like to show this to people. But more so if someone came to the house, I'd bring them in. I don't think you're just doing a visit just to go to the same old house you've seen for 7 years and happen to see my bedroom.
But Christian, when you do end up inviting that person over, what are they checking out? We've talked about house tours on this, but we haven't really talked about what they're checking out, which is slightly different.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think to what Josh was saying, they want to see what I did to the place, right? They walk in, because a lot of people go, that colour there, and your couch looks...
So here's the question. If you've moved into an existing share house, for instance, and your decor isn't really attached to the house, is that a different play then?
I didn't understand the question, Josh.
Well, the fact that you've moved out by yourself, there's an energy and excitement about, let's see how Christian's decorated the house. If you'd moved into a share house that had existing decorations, then would there be excitement to that or not?
Say it again, please, Christian.
No. I think, do you know what? At the start of the question, I didn't understand it, and I got it towards the end.
And what about now? Do you remember it?
That's a really good point.
It's a little convoluted.
Yes,
I'll be honest.
No. I agree. There's way more enthusiasm for someone to visit someone in their new place because the whole thing is like, of course, you're not going to go to a share house where you're like, hey, I've seen this place before. And
Or
it's
it's
the
just
single
your
bedroom.
single room, yeah, right?
So when you're walking around then, are you picking out... you got to pick out a few things to compliment, don't you?
Yeah.
That's what you're doing,
You've
right?
got to find the things you go, they've done that well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you got to and it's once again, it's a compliment, but on the house. A compliment on the house.
But I think that we all have this innate curiosity to see what things are like inside. Because no, honestly, I've been hiring you both know that I really like hiring vans, but I also really like hiring all cars.
Yeah.
Because I like to see the inside of the car.
Shut up!
And how wait a second.
great.
And how it drives, right?
Yeah.
So when
fascinating.
someone moves into a house, You see the outside of the house.
Yep.
What does it look like on the inside?
Hang on. Josh, why is that so bewildering?
It's not about the inside of the car. It's a new car. Of course you're excited about it.
Yeah, but no. It's not a new.
No, it's not a new car. They're not new cars. They're like on car next door.
you, though.
No. The exciting thing for me is not buying a new car. It's seeing the insides of lots of different cars.
Fascinating. What sort of stuff are you looking at? Let's go into detail.
What, inside the cars?
Yeah. What sort of shit are you looking
It's
for?
everything. I like to see the console. I like to feel the steering wheel. Like, is it a big? Like, I like
You must love undressing a partner. Be like, I get to see what's under the clothes. Yeah, it's incredible.
You got such a good console.
Yeah, but it's the equivalent for the home, right? When people come over, they go, "Whoa, well, this was just an empty space,
No.
and now look at it."
Stuff the home. Let's go back to the cars. What sort of stuff would you ever look at at the headrest and like see how it detaches
I
and
think
if it detaches?
Yeah,
like,
it's an entire experience. So when I get when we hired the X-Trail
Yeah.
for camping, I'd never really sat in an SUV like a 4x4 SUV before. And I was like, all right. So there's that little knob that was like, you can put it into all-wheel drive
That's
mode.
cool.
And I was like, that's cool. That is cool.
That's cool.
With the flick of a switch, I go from two wheels to four.
Is it the
Yeah.
tech then? Because I think the car,
Yeah.
right, a more modern car,
Yes.
I'm straight into the tech.
Yeah. So that's the amazing thing. I've been test driving cars. I've never done it in my life. Last 2 weeks been test driving cars. The cars are just thousands of computers. There's like thousands of chips in there, and you can do everything. You can adjust.
Must be a dirty car.
You can. It will be. You can adjust the time that the light stays on in the car through a little screen boy.
Don't need that.
Yeah,
You
don't
don't
need
need
that.
that.
At all. You
But
don't.
that's another $1,000. No problem.
Yeah.
Yes.
Is that $1,000?
It's all that stuff that makes
is.
you go like, whoa,
Yeah.
this is a good car. Hey, guys, check it out. You can change the timing on the lights.
Yeah, it's true. But
that sucks.
The big thing about cars, and I don't know if you guys feel this about houses as well, it's storage. I do not understand people who buy a car, all things being equal, price being equal, who buy a car that's a smaller car when they can just, it's all
Parking.
about it's dining table. I never want to have to hire. If I'm buying a new car or a car that's a couple of years old, I never want to have to hire a car to move a dining table.
But you understand the appeal of a small car.
and
fuel-
carrying a dining table.
No, but you're about the fuel efficiency, parking in the city, all that kind of
Nah,
stuff, right?
I don't get it.
You
I
just
don't
want
get it.
big gas
No, no, no.
guzzlers.
Fuel
Dion is
efficiency,
saying-
yes.
Dion thinks, if I may, Dion thinks that there is a perfect objective car which strikes the balance between small
Yeah.
and large,
Yep.
and has exactly enough storage space
Yep.
that if you need to move something large, you can, but it's not too big.
Yeah, and you know what that objective car is? It's a station wagon. It's not an SUV. SUVs, I'm going to say it, they're fucking overrated.
I
SUVs,
just disagree with you.
they're overrated. Who cares? The only thing you're getting out of an SUV is
You're
height.
so high off the ground.
Yeah, the high riding position.
But who cares?
Who cares? You feel amazing.
Mum's doing the pickup.
You feel unbelievable.
Do you?
Oh my God. I honestly, even though the steering wheel is the same size as a normal car, I held it like a truck.
Is it
in 7.4.
Is it visibility?
Yeah, it's visibility. It's command. Oh.
The way you can hurl abuse from top down.
Sometimes I feel like I just drive over the smaller cars.
But the strange thing is that there's only a few station wagons on the market, and in my opinion, they all look like shit. But why do SUVs look better than station? I submit station wagons are better than SUVs, but they look shit, and SUVs just look better. But why?
Station wagons are like dash hounds of cars. They've been stretched long ways as opposed to, they don't have the height.
Actually, interesting point. Speaking of stretched, there's a place in Coburg called Stretched Pizza. Would you, just a quick little diversion, would you be uncomfortable about eating a pizza that was in another form other than a circle?
Like a long pizza,
we used to
like a
have
stretched
Bigfoot.
pizza.
Yeah.
Well, no, we used to have Bigfoot pizzas, the big rectangular ones.
Yes.
And, how is it?
It's fine. It's just cut differently, mate.
Yeah, cool.
I think-
Just checking.
Yeah.
Just to go right
Wait,
back.
you could say that about a fucking station wagon. It's just cut differently, but everyone
You're the
loves
one who
the
said you
SUVs.
didn't, you're the one who said he didn't like what it looked
Sorry.
like.
Yeah, I know,
You're
I know.
critiquing the look of an SUV versus a.
A stretched
A
pizza.
stretched pizza. No, a station wagon is like a stretched pizza.
Yeah, it is. Good point.
Yeah, stretched pizza, Coburg, Lygon Street. great.
Just to go right back to the house stuff, Dean, I think you were talking about you got to find stuff to compliment on. I think that was really easy with your place when you moved in because you were doing all the smart home stuff. There's a couch with a USB port. There's a dimmer switch that you can dim with your finger. It was so easy to love all that stuff.
That's true. So do you need to, when you're inviting someone over, do you need to appeal to that person's interests?
Oh, do you have to have something to show?
Oh, yeah. That's what you do. You pick out the one thing that person might be interested in.
Well, here's the question. In terms of having the people over, both of you recently moving into new places, was there a level of setup that you wanted to have the house to a point? You go, I don't want people to see it till this point.
Great question.
It was tiered for me. I had minimal setup, immediate family and friends.
Yep.
Moderate-
Some boxes around.
Some boxes.
Yep.
Moderate setup. The web widened. Is that the right term?
The net one.
The net widened. What did the web do?
It broke.
And what's the moderate? What are the steps up in terms of how the house looks?
Well, I'm still not at complete yet.
Yeah, but I'm saying, what does that look like though? So the first family and friends, there's a lot of boxes around.
Heaps of boxes.
Bare minimum, right?
Yeah, just the bed. Couch isn't even finalized.
Yeah,
at that
and all
point.
people are commenting on there is the space, right?
Is the space.
So, geez, I love the space.
Love the
layout.
space. Such a great move to go into a space, 2 bedrooms.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what?
Courtyard area.
Great light.
Yeah. That's
Great
great.
natural light. Yes, absolutely. But now I found the biggest attraction is the TV.
Oh no!
Oh, is that because it takes up the whole fucking room?
Absolutely, and I'm proud of that.
Should
It's
you be?
enormous.
Why are you proud of it? The manufacturers?
It's such a big TV.
Yeah. Do you find yourself watching more movies?
Absolutely. No, I find myself watching more TV.
Oh, you can't watch movies on TV?
What's your feature?
Oh, good question.
What were your stages of preparedness? Was it quite similar to Christian?
Yeah, similar kind of stuff. I think that for me, it was very similar. For me, the only thing is that if there's something missing, and there's still stuff missing, I feel like our walls are quite bare. Do you need to draw attention? Do you ever draw attention to the stuff?
things that are missing.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah,
do you
big time.
do that?
Yeah, absolutely. I go, this room, haven't finished it yet.
But for you saying that, people wouldn't really care. So why do we say that? It's like
Shame.
just a house.
Yeah.
It's shame.
It is shame.
It is.
I know that wall looks like shit. We're going to put some paintings
It's a
up.
wall of
Don't
shame.
worry about it.
Do you know, we've been back to Dion's. Like, not only did you get the primary visit
And it's
when you...
shameful.
Not only did you get the primary visit when you first moved in,
Yes.
but when you had the upgrade of the backyard, that commanded a second visit.
Yeah.
A second first visit.
Yeah, and I will keep on upgrading that backyard.
It's great, and I'm happy to keep coming back.
Happy to have you.
Who made the decision that we should collectively count down from 3 for literally everything outside of New Year's Eve and rocket launches?
Hey, person standing at the pedestrian crossing before me. If the lights change and you haven't pressed the button and the little man stays red, I will kill you.
Dogs, horses, yaks. Why do animals not care if they have hair in their eyes? Thank you so much for listening to another episode of Welcome to Patchwork. We did not mention at the start of the show, this is episode 99.
Whoa.
Or Patch 99 as we've called it. What could be next? What is next?
The ton.
The big ton. 100.
And that's our big, massive live show at the Comedy Fest.
Yes. So we are very, very pumped about it. And we have some very exciting news. We have managed to secure... we've got 2 guests, and we're very, very excited about these guests. One of the guests is Michelle Laurie. She's a stand-up comedian. She's been around for 20 years. You might have seen her on The Project.
She's only 20.
She's only 20. Only 10. She started as a baby. But Michelle will be joining us. She's also got a podcast herself, Australian True Crime, with Emily Webb, which you might have heard. And Josh, who else have we got? We've also got...
We got Daniel Connell.
Oh, yeah.
Very exciting. Local stand-up comedian who's been doing the traps around the festivals all over the world as well, Edinburgh and stuff.
Also got a Melbourne Comedy Festival show this year as well.
Yeah.
And I've seen him the last 4 or 5 years in a row, whenever
great.
there has been a comedy festival. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
You've probably seen him on the gala. I think this is Gutless Wonder is this year's
Gutless
show.
Wonder is this year's show. Anyway, he'll be amazing. It'll be super fun doing the show with them.
And can I just say, think about, like, we really want to see people there, but also you get to see us. We'll be in person.
Yeah.
We'll see what it's like. We'll be together in this energy.
Masks off. Masks off.
No, I feel like we should just make it masks on for old time's sake.
Okay, let's do it.
And also, just a little quick shout out for Game Boys. We've got 2 Game Boys shows at the Comedy Fest this year. We've got Escape to the Megaverse and Hey Hey, It's the Butterfly Club.
And as we do every week, we sew a new patch into our quilt of friendship. Josh, what patch did you sew into our quilt?
Thank you, Dion. My patch this week is the International Emoji Board, replacing the cute face emoji with the man riding bike emoji.
Great.
Christian, what patch did you sew this week?
Thank you, Josh. This week I sewed into my patch, you graduating your use of emoji reactions to the real world by setting Dion on fire after being shown a very funny new meme gif. And Dion, what did you sew into your patch this week?
My patch this week is Stretch Pizza Coburg, listening to the podcast and consequently buying a fleet of station wagons that can fit their El Grande stretch pizza. Thank you for listening to Welcome to Patchwork for another week. I've been Dion.
I've been Josh.
And I've been Christian.
Goodbye.
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 Fluoride blob emoji.
Nerdle emoji.
Oh, that's great. That's the one that'll never be done.
Nerdle emoji.
Nerdle
That's
emoji.
good. I reckon Nerdle emoji wouldn't be far away.
Just
come on.
gonna do my bedtime routine. Nerdle emoji.
Nerdle emoji, sleep hat.
Fuck.